Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, back together again. It's Tuesday, and yesterday the first day championships in Ozark were held. How'd our local teams do?
Well, not a good day for the locals, Mike. Big surprise in the afternoon game in which the team from Miller, which is one of the top teams in the state, fell to Faith Christian of Kansas City 6-0. Then in the second game, the Class 1 semifinal at 7 o'clock last night, Dadeville over in Dade County fell to Northland Christian 12-1. Northland Christian is also from Kansas City, and they are very good. They're number 2 team in the state. So Miller will play this morning at 10 o'clock against Eugene. That'll be the third place game, and Dadeville will play at 4 o'clock this afternoon against North Shelby. That will also be a third place game. Nonetheless, those teams were there, and still a full week of baseball still to go down in Ozark.
Well, at least we've got some more action this week. Another sad note to speak on this morning.
Yeah, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and he was a great player, Raymond Berry, and he retired. He's 93 years old, retired from the NFL in 1967, retired with the Baltimore Colts, and this is when the Colts were a legendary team. When he retired, Raymond Berry was the top receiver in history in the National Football League. Of course, his records have since been eclipsed a long time ago. He was the favorite target of a guy named Johnny Unitas, and this is back in the glory years of the Baltimore Colts. Anyway, Raymond Berry later on coached the New England Patriots in the mid-1980s, Southern Methodist University All-America back in the 1950s. Passes from the scene at the age of 93. Hall of Famer. He was taken into the NFL Hall of Fame, Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1973, and he was one of the greats.
He was. I know we've been talking about some of those wide receiver vacancies, or at least will the Chiefs make a move? It looks like other teams made a move. One, Myles Garrett going to the West Coast, and the other, your boy A.J. Brown is going to New England, and no excuses for that young man. If he can't make it work in New England, it's on him. We'll see what book he's reading on the sideline this time.
These are huge deals, and Myles Garrett, who is one of the top pass rushers in all of football, goes from the Cleveland Browns to the Los Angeles Rams, and really, Mike, that puts the Rams in really solid position to be in the Super Bowl. They've loaded up with everything. They've got key individuals at every level of football, and this is going to be a big deal for them. Get him at a fairly cheap price. They get the 3 draft choices plus a number 1 next year in 2027. And they give up a young pass rusher who's pretty good. But by the same token, the Browns are willing to sacrifice a little bit to go with youth, and that makes the big deal. Now, A.J. Brown going from the Philadelphia Eagles to the New England Patriots, hardly a surprise. That had been rumored for a long time. Of course, yesterday was the first day they could make the deals, and A.J. Brown goes to the New England Patriots. This, again, the Patriots give up very little for this, a first-round draft choice in 2028 and another one in the 5th round in 2027. But the fact that Philadelphia let him go, I think, is the key. A.J. Brown's still a very talented receiver, but he was trouble. And Philadelphia knew it. He'd created a lot of controversy in the locker room and didn't need that around. So there's the deal that you make. A.J. Brown to the Patriots. There may be some more coming up here in the next few days.
The Cardinals and Royals both got chances to play yesterday. Royals finally got a win after 6 losses, and it looks like they saved all their runs for one game.
Yeah, 4 runs in the first inning really did help, and the Royals thumped the Cincinnati Reds 9-2. Cincinnati is suffering from a bit of a letdown. They're really great, and the guy is a great player. Ellie De La Cruz, their shortstop, is out of action for a while with a hamstring injury, so that does not help them at all defensively and really hurts them offensively because De La Cruz is a big bat. So it was a 9-2 win for the Kansas City Royals. Big win, breaks a losing streak, and KC knows they can hit the ball, and they did hit the ball. Lane Thomas, as a matter of fact, he was 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs last night. So, indeed, that's a very big win. Now, the Cardinals and the Rangers, I don't perceive the Texas Rangers being a very good baseball team, and yet they swept Kansas City and now go in and clip the Cardinals in a game the Cardinals had every chance to get back into and never did. Rangers win it by a score of 2-1. Texas, I should say, started their top pitcher, Jacob deGrom, who they spent a lot of money to get from the New York Mets. He went about 4 innings, 5 innings, somewhere around there. Struck out 8 and allowed allowed the St. Louis Cardinals a mixture of 5 hits. Now, there were 4 other relievers after him, and they just simply shut down the Cardinals. They couldn't do anything at all, struck out in the clutch, and it's just one of those games. Anyway, 2-1, the Rangers win, and they will play again tonight.
We've got the Super Regionals. Does Kansas know who they're going to be facing?
They do indeed, and they will be playing in Lawrence, Kansas, and that's a
might be a little bit
deal.
of advantage for them.
The Super Regional, of course, the Lawrence Regional played the winner of the Atlanta Regional, and everybody thought the winner of the Atlanta Regional would be Georgia Tech. That's where Georgia Tech is, in the city of Atlanta. But no, Georgia Tech did not win. Oklahoma won by a score of 8-7 in 10 innings, beat the Georgia Tech Ramblin' Wrecks. So that gave the Super Regional to Lawrence, Kansas, goes to a higher-seeded team. And they will play starting this weekend. It's a best-of-3 in the Super Regional, and the winner goes on to Omaha. So that's a very big win for both the Oklahoma Sooners and the KU Jayhawks. Now, how they do against each other, that remains to be seen. Oklahoma, of course, is Southeastern Conference, and Kansas is Big 12. Hey, what's going to happen? These are 2 pretty good baseball programs.
Absolutely. I wonder who your partner on the other station is going to be rooting for.
Well, I can promise you.
So, haven't heard much from this woman in a little bit, but it seems that the legendary Serena Williams is going to make a stab at coming back, isn't she?
I think it's a great thing, too. I really do. She is 45 years old, and it has been 4 years since she played competitive tennis. But folks have to understand that this woman is an athlete, and she is dedicated to getting back into condition. It's probably going to take her a while, but she has registered and been accepted as a wild card for the Wimbledon tournament coming up in late June, early July. And to get ready for that, she's going to play in some of the lesser tournaments in Great Britain, and there are a number of them. But I love it. I love Serena coming back into this action, and I'll tell you why, too, because the United States needs some very good tennis players. We have excellent tennis players here in this country. Many of them, of course, are individuals coming from other countries to play for our local colleges. But by the same token, we haven't produced any big stars. And maybe Serena coming back will ignite that fuse to develop some interest in the game. She's a great player. Whether or not she wins, that remains to be seen. But she is on the scene, and she'll get a lot of publicity, and I think it's a great thing.
That's good to hear, Ned. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.